What is going on, everybody? Your McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with the defensive blocker build here. So last one we did all offense, center around rush. Figured let's do the inverse here and play a defensive blocker build. So big changes that we have are Shreya is up to 4, blocker up to 4, and the addition of 2 queen. So basically this structure is using your blockers to just set up a bunch of stuff. Obviously Shreya, massive against the 3 brothers decks right now. So the Luffy, Sabo, and Ace, very, very strong. Green, Yellow, Yamato. Shreya just wins you, and against Katakuri. Like stopping all of those decks with the 3 brothers, Yamato and Katakuri, you just nullify their leader. It's like those decks all want to attack you with their leader for high attacks, and Shreya just stops that, which is super big. And also with the combo of blocker law. So against those decks as well, and Green Film Uta, blocker law is massive because you're going to be able to keep their hand size down, and then they can't stall you out as much. So that's why we have that. But also too, big thing, they're both blockers. And then the addition of queen, so adding 2 queens in for a couple things here. So now we have some more card draw, a little bit filtering action so we have 6 total, and 5 cost 6k blocker. We now have 6 total as well. And just very, very strong. Just give you a lot of options here of, obviously it's a little bit slower, but depending on, again, we don't know what's happening with ban restrictions. So if the sort of removal decks get hit kind of hard and stuff like that, this will probably be a pretty dang strong setup, not gonna lie, because being able to limit and block out of so many things, and it just gives you, in a weird way, a lot of options of being able to try to like bait your opponent into things. Because if you have a bunch of blockers on the board, your opponent expects you to play like defensively, but if you know what their kind of like options are, you can use your blockers to attack. Because again, in most situations and most people you're playing, you only need like 1 or 2, and then you can bait your opponent into the stuff where they then like have to attack your characters versus your life. So if you attack with a blocker, then your opponent like has to try to figure out a way to attack the rest of the blocker. But then depending on who else you have set up, you can work your way around that, get your opponent into like traps and stuff, and make it so they like force them into like having to play board versus attack your life. And then if they attack your life, you still have the other blocker. Again, it just gives you a just super diverse sort of like triangle that you can trap your opponent in, which is super, super cool. Besides that, obviously the other thing, we only have Kid and Killer as a rush. So with this, you kind of want to get your wall set up, and we're just playing into setting up late game. Kid and Killer drop blast your opponent for however much you need, honestly, like with the blocker wall, and then you'll bring them in for the late game sort of like sweeper and go from there. Because obviously we still have the same amount sort of removal going on. You could adjust the numbers a little bit. I still just have the Kamazo for the 2k, but you could probably, with this build, you could probably adjust things if you want like another Beppo, stuff like that. Because if you play around Shreya, then obviously Shreya, you just need a 1k counter to be able to keep Shreya up. So, but I have the 2ks just in case to be as defensive as possible, which is just my goal for this build. But I've definitely make some adjustments. And then yeah, we have Bond Clay again for the getting the active ramp, so you can just hit some very, very nice combos with Bond Clay and Kid. Like getting Kid out, using your ability to get the active down, bring a Bond Clay, you get another active down, which depending on how you do the math and stuff, could then lead you to like a higher attack overall. Or if you have like 3-4 Don, you can then bring in yet another character, which is super, super big in certain matchups. But yeah, keep it just defensive. Wanted to try the opposite idea of doing like the rush build, and this is more of a blocker build, which again, no idea what the ban restrictions gonna be, and in case they do hit the sort of removal stuff, this could become pretty, pretty strong. Because again, being able to control your opponent's hand size and just being able to limit their options with being able to run blockers is I think pretty good. Something I like, at least. But I'll see how things go overall. But yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun with experimenting with so many different like I love RPLL so much. It's so cool with there's so much variety and so many builds that I feel like are like pretty viable. And especially when we get to EB01, like depending on what you have, there's a whole lot of options, because I know like card prices and stuff are an issue and may become an issue in the future. So my goal is just to give out as many options and variants as I can think of. So depending on how things go, you at least have like something you can kind of build towards, which because yeah, I want RP Law to be successful, but I do know currently inherent issues with the card prices is makes things a little bit annoying. But hopefully that gets fixed in the future as well. But for now, we're just gonna keep having fun with a bunch of different builds, different variants, and yeah, let's jump into some games and see how the blocker law works out. Alrighty, so playing some blue yellow ace, so we'll see how this goes. I have 2, no Gordon and Max to throw down. I haven't really played too much against ace, so not super sure what to expect here. And yeah, we can take that one. So that is helpful. Okay, they have a... Okay. Interesting. So what is this about? Rest of stage, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand. Place up to 1 of your characters with a cost of 3 on top of the owner's life area face up. So what characters the cost of 3? Okay, interesting. Drop Shariah and go into... Oh, they're at that. So into the boys. So we'll do that. So I get down a little bit here and see how things go. Alright, so they get Smoothie. Well, it's a bit annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. Bring in the boys to get us to 2. And yeah, now I can block out of any leader attacks they may do for anything that's like high Don. So, see how this goes. So they use this. Or no, or they... so this is... They need 2 on here. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Play... Add 1 to top of your life face up. Then place the remaining... Okay. So they did that. Okay, so they can do that. Alright. I mean, that's kind of fine. So... yeah, now this doesn't really matter, because I can do that, and we'll get rid of 1 Beppo and block that. So I'm sitting at 5 here. How do we want to do this? How many cards in hand have they got? 6? We could do a couple things here. I have this. Drop that down as well. You know what? Let's try something here. If they take the life, then we'll do the law play. Okay, they didn't, so we won't do the law play. So that's fine. Leaves me with 4. How many cards in hand do I have? 7. All right, so let's do this. Onto that. So now I have 6. I can then... So how many do they have? 5. So I can bring in him. I can drop this, bring in Beppo, and then still attack once. So we'll attack him 5 and 5. And we'll go from there, see what they do. So they block that out, which is fine. So since we're at 5 and they're at 5, I can drop Ray and get the cards here. So we'll do that, get 2 cards. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, get rid of that. And I'll bring in our bear friend here to get us here, because then we can drop a queen next turn potentially. And we'll just kind of build the board here. Again, block any crazy high leader attacks. So they have to put 2 on him. Look at the top 5 cards, add 1 5-cost character to the top of your life face up, then place the remaining cards. Okay. So they do that, and then I assume that they gotta have a card to get this back, yeah? So we'll go from there. But yeah, next turn, we have Law and Queen that we could drop. And we'll just then go from there. Because if I get the blocker set up, then we can block out of a bunch of shenanigans, so we'll try that. And then, I don't know, this is interesting, because it says cost of 3. So I don't know what 3 cost characters that they're testing out with this, but I guess we'll see. So this one, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 5-cost characters to the top of your life face up, then place the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. So they're doing that. 7 on 5. Because they have 5, I think they're going to drop this, and then Well, I'll just do this. So 7, and we'll do... Guess I don't need... Well, yeah, I'll get rid of that. Because even if they drop this... Okay. Interesting. Alright. So this guy's at 9. So if you have 1 more life, draw 1 card, trash the 1. So they're back down that. I'm at 5. They're at 7. I could drop this, bring in another bear, or we drop queen. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably need to drop queen. Just to play things smart here. So once per turn, then if you have 1 more life, draw 1 card and trash the top of your deck. Or top of your life. Okay. Interesting. I just think it keeps Rye up for a bunch of stuff here, though. So we take 1 there. All right. Attack him again. 5 on 5. Okay, so we do that. I might just play queen and then call it good, though, as well. So we'll do that. 5 on 5. So I don't super need to bring in... I can use Beppo. Alright. And then attack him again, 5 on 5. So they take that, which is fine. Deploy queen, use card action, return 1. So select a card to trash. Well, based on how they're playing, try is big. I don't need... Because I could get rid of this or this. Any of the ones. And I don't think they have a blocker, so we'll get rid of a Gordon here. Have 2 up. Alright, we'll call it good there. We got them to 1. They play this, which is fine, because get rid of it next turn. Oh, there's an interesting... They haven't used this once. So I have no idea what 3 costs they're trying to grab. And we'll see... Well, they got no cards off the 5 cost thing, so rip on that. So adding nothing to their life. And then again, I could block anything with Shariah, because Shariah now just becomes 7k. So even if they want to use like Luffy, that makes it even more tough. But depending on what they do with Luffy, it might be fine. So 9 on 5 with that. Sure, honestly. Frees up a little space here. And then Shariah just becomes God tier. So we'll do that. And get rid of Beppo here. Alright, cool. Alright, a bunch of stuff we can do. I could just drop this guy for 4. Get rid of this. And then the problem is just a space issue. Because this guy's at 6. So I may attack them instead, and then we use this, drop this down and get rid of it. So then I can have a space for later. So we'll just go for the game, because I have Shariah as well. Alright, let's lead off with a 7 on 5. Because if I can get them to sack the blocker, then scoop that, we can just line up a bunch of things here. Okay, interesting. Let's now attack them 6 on 5. Okay, so they do that. Also interesting. I have 2 life. We have queen, and I have Shariah coming in, so attack him again with this. Now I guess if need be. Oh. Okay, so they do that. So I do a couple things here then. I can play this, minus this down, and minus this down. And then make sure we get rid of everything here. Okay. So minus that down. Minus this down. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. I'll bring in, I guess, Ray. Because then they can't do anything. So get 2 more cards. This is only there, so it doesn't really matter. We have Bon Clay. I'll tag that 7 on 3. Okay. Well, they better have drawn a god card here. Alright, blocker with 1k. That's not doing anything, so we're fine. They can refill their life 1. They have no cards in hand. I can block it, whatever they do with Shiraya. So, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Nothing they're doing there. They brought back their Satori for 2k. So, okay. So, rest of stage, you may add 1 card from the top and bottom of your life area. Oh, okay. So, they have to, they just literally have that, I think, to grab the face-up cards. Alright, well, I'm dumb. I'm misreading that with that 3 cost thing. So, if they had one, 3 costs, they could put it back. But, yeah, I don't know. Interesting little test thing I guess they got there, but again, against the 3 brothers in yellow, Shiraya just absolutely shuts them down. There's nothing they can do. And, I don't know, the blocker setup is pretty nice, because I like it because with blockers, your opponent doesn't know what you're they assume you're just going to keep them up to block, but again, if you get multiple blockers, you can attack and put certain things up. And obviously just play the safe route of board control, and they committed everything for all that, but obviously keeping the Gordon and Max in the pocket just in case worked out. We were able to get them to overcommit all the resources, and again with Shiraya and just blocking out, we were just good. There's like nothing we could do, but that was fun being able to use Queen, and we got Reiju as well. So some extra card draw, like power, very, very strong in this one. And just being able to get through so many more cards in hand and stuff like that is very, very nice. Alrighty, we got some Sabo action here. We got 2. We got Queen and Kid. So we got 2 blockers to go, and we'll kind of see how this goes. Draw down, end of turn. We don't have a Gordon or Max to throw down. But Sabo is, I feel like, a little bit tricky, especially if they get Rush established, because then they can recycle, like drop Rush, put it there, and then just keep doing that. So for me, it's kind of a big play. Ooh. We got Shiraya, so I could block their leader thing. I want to keep it at 4 as long as possible, too, just because if they have the Wano stuff in here. So let's just attack them 5 on 5 and see what they do. So they block that. Alright, that's fine. And we'll bring in Shiraya. And now if they attack with a bunch here, we can block out either way. So they're doing that. No blocker. I'll just use Otama like now, I guess. Because this turn, alright, they have Zoro. Alright, do I make the play there? Is that if I pop Zoro? You know what? We're going to try something risky. Alright. So I get another Kid. Okay. So I drop this, scoop this, and then we blast this for... I guess we blast it twice. Because I have... we'll bring in this. Okay. Alright, so -3, 1, 2, 3. Due to that, we'll bring in Kid and Killer, which gives us 1 back here. And then let's attack this 6 on 5. Alright. And then we'll attack it again. And, okay. I mean, if they want to do that, kind of okay with that. So keep them low on cards as well. We keep us low on cards. And next turn, I can bring in another Kid or Queen. So we can make that play. And we'll just kind of go from there. We'll see. See how things go. So 7 on 5. Alright, can't block that. I could make a crazy play. They're attacking me 9 on 5. So I block that. And then I'm bringing Queen. We'd have to draw 2 trash 1. No, we'll take this. Okay, that's actually big. Alright, well, if they want to do that, that's okay. So that gives us 5. So I could drop this and then go into this. Alright, which would leave us with that. Alright, so let's deploy this. Go 1, 2, 3. Bring in this, go that, and that. We get 2 more. I have a Gordon, so I gotta drop a Gordon as well here. So we'll attack them. 6 on 5, so we get that. Then let's attack him again, 6 on 5. Okay, so we get that. And then I'll deploy Gordon down, and we'll have Gordon on the field. So they drop any fancy guys, we can do that. And I have Kid and Shariah. Shariah to block leader, and Kid kind of set up. We could put, we're gonna be at 6, so I could drop Queen as well for next turn and see what we get for a little extra card action. So they're dropping Luffy. Okay. Well, they'd have to put 2 on him. So they're just attacking me 8 on 5. Okay. That's fine. Alright. No. And I'll get rid of... Who do I get rid of? I guess Kamazo. So we'll just do that. Alrighty, so now we got big board presence here. Well, they got me with Gordon out, so who I don't really need right now for this one. I could, so I'm at 6. So we could attack, bring in the boys to get 2, but I don't really need that as much either, so. I'm just gonna launch, let's launch a 5 and see if they take this back. Okay, so they do that. Alright, that's fine. We'll do 1-7. So 7 on 5, they take that. Alright. So we get them with that. Let's attack them 6 on 5. So they take that. So now I can drop Kid and Killer here, attack them for 7. And then if I want to, because if they're going to drop Luffy again, then I just need him to block this, which could be the play. Or do I want to just attack for a bunch now on here? Alright, let's do that actually. So 8 on 5. Okay. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll bring in Kid and Killer. We'll replace Gordon. Do that. And now let's attack them. 11 on 5. Alright. So we get them down there. And now if they do Luffy shenanigans, it doesn't really matter. We have 2. I have Shariah to block leader, so if they can't get rid of this, and then they kind of like have to do something here. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but alright, interesting. They didn't have Ace or anything like that. I guess they had Luffy, so I guess I would have played Luffy to boost this up. But again, we have Shariah to block anything, any leader boost they have. And with Luffy, they would have had to attack like somebody here, and depending on what they attacked with, we have this as well. So that's why I went aggressive last turn. Probably didn't need to, like we could have left him at 1, but yeah, I don't know, they would had to boost himself pretty much that turn, and then the following turn I guess they do have the 2, so I guess I accidentally clicked this. So they would have 2, 4, 6, and then I feel like they have to play this Luffy. So 7, 8. So I think we're fine regardless after this one. Because they would have needed, they would have done Luffy. And actually, I don't know, I don't think they, I guess so, yeah, they would have had to play this Luffy for 5. And then put 1 on here, so there's 6. And then they would have attacked with Luffy. Well, I don't know, even if they did that, they still lose. Because they would have had to put more, they would have had to get past the blockers. I don't know, they would have done that. But then even if they brought it back and then attacked again, we're still at the 2. So we're still fine. So, yeah, I don't know. I had them, I think, locked up on that one. Because, again, Shariah against the 3 brothers and pretty much any yellow deck really just locks them down from leader attacks, like any high leader attacks, which is, it's so clutch. And then it also allows you the freedom to just attack with your other blockers and stuff, which is super cool. Alrighty, so here we go. Some Yamato action. We don't get any blockers opening hand, which is not ideal, not going to lie. Especially in this build when we have the blocker heavy stuff. But we do have the boys and we have Kid and Killer, so we can at least kind of do that. And so we're playing some Sky Island action, so a lot of stuff there. Okay, we draw into Kid here, which is big. All right, so that means, yeah, let's pop them here for 8. 8 on 5, get them down. But we know they can block out of something later on. We gotta get rid of this. Okay, they get blocker Sanji. All right, well that sucks. They have Thunderbolt in here. Okay, so they hit the life trigger. Gonna make things a little tough for removal here. So they're attacking 9 on 5, which is what we don't want. Do I make the play to block this though? Because I could use this, but then I'd have to commit with the Kid. No, I don't think we can, unfortunately. But we have stuff to block out now. So that gives me this. So we'll deploy that. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Bring in the boys there. Give us 1. Throw this on. See if they block it with the 2K. And we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so we got that. If they attack for high, we gotta use Kid, because at least we're in the spot now we have another Kid, so we can keep doing that if need be. So they're just throwing down Holly, attacking me 8 on 5. So I will do I guess either way I have to do 2, right? So 2 2Ks. So no blocker. We'll do this and so where am I gonna be at for next turn? I can get rid of that, so I keep this and that. So I'll push the pace with Kid and Killer here for the next turn. Okay, unless I do that, which is fine as well, because if we're just at 1, the double attack thing isn't as big of a deal, and we draw Shariah, which is massive here as well. So I might be able to just get rid of both. So I kind of want to do that. So I'm at 7. We could commit to that. So I dropped this. I needed to keep 1 in the pocket here. So drop this for 5. That leaves us with 2. I would ideally like to just get rid of this off the without having to use any more Don. So let's just launch the 5 on 5 and see what they do with that. Okay, so they block that, which is fine. So I'll use, I guess, Otama then. Drop this down. We'll attack it 5 on 3. Okay, and that leaves me with 1. So employ Gordon on this guy. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. I'll bring in Shariah. And we have both of these. So since I have 2 more blockers and we have Shariah and like that, then I'm going to launch an 8 on 5 on them. Get them down to 2. So Kid and Killer now is like strong. So they have Gadatsu is what they draw. So we'll Gadatsu worthless in right now. So that's just 1K counter. I have Shariah to block any leader stuff. And they just throw that down for fun. Okay, so they put 2 on. Okay, so 6 on 6. So they boost him to 6. Actually, I don't really. I'll just do this. Like either way, I can do that. And then 6 on 6. Do I sack Shirai here and go for the game? If I leave 1 up just to tank that, or do I let him? Because where am I going to be at? I'm going to be at that. I don't really need it. Because I'm at 8. So I can drop a Kid and Killer off the rip here. And we'll see what they do with that. So 7 on 5. And I can play around a couple things here. So unless I get, again, some crazy... We'll leave this 2 for the 4 to make an audible, depending on what happens. Alright, so they take that, which is pretty solid. How do I want to go about this? Because I could, if I attack 7 again, then we could leave that. I could then go all out, and we go for the game at the end. Which, yeah, if we get them down to 0, I'll go for the game. If not, then I won't. Alright, so we got them down to that. That's leaving them at 7. Alright, so that gives us 2. Okay, so let me attack 5 on 5. Okay, so then I'll use our ability here. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. I'll bring in Kid and Killer here. We'll be at 7. We'll attack them 10 on 5. Alright, and that's why we do that. Because put us in a spot there. I may have... I feel like we could have launched with Kid just to make sure that's a little bit better. And the only thing I was worried about was just Hody Jones. That was the only thing that could have beat us there. Because Hody Jones lets them rest too. And then they could have... I mean, staying at the 1 is big. But we wouldn't have been able to block out of like 2, like the big attacks if they had Hody Jones. But luckily they don't. They have Kid and Doflamingo, which works out for us. And yeah, there we go. Again, once you getting the blockers out pretty big. And just because you can play around like a whole lot of stuff, like your opponent then like has to kind of respect the field and actually attack. But we got 2 of our Kid and Killers out of the 4. And I don't feel like if you get that, you're pretty hard to beat as well. Alrighty. I've not played this at all yet. So activate main once per turn. You may turn the top card of your face life up. KO one of your opponent's cost 0 characters. So this is like a weird little... Okay. Like a removal deck. Turn the top card of your face life up. Or face up. So I guess we'll see how this goes. I have no idea what to expect in here, so this will be interesting. We have Kid and Queen. So we're going to be playing kind of slow. I'll drop a Shariah just to be safe too. Or I guess we could drop a Kamazo in case they play anything like low. But we don't have any ramp to kind of go into, which is the only little issue. But no idea what they got in this deck. Obviously it's Dressrosa, so we'll kind of go from there. But with that being black, so like cost removal, so maybe like Navy. I don't know. No idea what they may have cooked up in here. But we'll see. We'll see what they got. But I mean, we have defense, so that's good. They're attacking 5 on 5. Sure. Okay, we have Bon Clay, and they're just leaving 3 up. Okay, interesting. I guess we drop Bon Clay, and then get an extra one, and then next turn we can drop, go into some stuff here. So we'll do that. Grab 1, attack them 6 on 5. They leave 3, so I don't know if they have some wacky counter in here or what. No idea what to expect. But I'm assuming they can counter out of this. Okay, so they sack... Alright. So we'll see what happens here. Some experimenting with Bon Clay being out. And I guess they're going to cost remove him with the ability. They have to drop him down to 0. So they need some events, I guess, for this to work out. But yeah, our next turn we're going to be sitting at 7. So I can drop Kid. Alright, so they throw down Hina, which makes sense. Alright, so now they'll turn their life up with their ability to KO this guy. Alright, well, now we know they'll have that, so there'll be an issue later on. Alright, we take that. Where are they sitting at cards in hand? they're only there. All right, we get another kid, which is fine. So let us deploy our max for that. We'll drop kid there, which gives us 1. I'm gonna bring in. Dang, if we had, so I guess I gotta bring in blocker law here. So we'll do that. Go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. I'll bring in. Yeah, blocker law there with 2, and then we'll attack them 7 on 5. And we'll just kind of play off in this. So yeah, we know they have, at least in the future here. So once they get to the next turn, we know what they're dropping. But again, it'll just kind of depend cost removal here. But with this, they only can do 1, so that's good. Let's say I don't know if they will be running Robert or not. All right, what is this? As you may rest his character. Give up your opponent's cost -4 for this turn. Okay. So, alright, we gotta get rid of that. We gotta get rid of Laboon. And then they have Rebecca. Oh man, okay, this is gonna be very annoying to deal with. Alright, next turn is gonna be tough. They've got the dream like set up here. So I'm gonna be at 7 again. We'll drop kid again as well. So 8 on 5. Yeah, we'll take this one. Okay, cool. We get max, which is nice. Alright. So we get this. We got Bon Clay again as well. So I could bring in, do this into this. So that leaves me 7. I will get some back. Alright. So do this. We gotta get rid of this man here. I will deploy kid again. So we can do that. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. I'll bring in, probably make the Bon Clay play, because if depending on what they're gonna do, or do we drop in Ray to get 2 more cards? Because I'm about to get 2 back, so I'm at 4. That'd give me 6. All right, actually, yeah, let's just get a couple more cards here, so we can do that. Leaves me with 3. So I could bring in Shariah as well. Okay, actually, yeah, let's do that. So I'll attack 5 on 5. And then I'll then attack him 6 on 5. Okay. So I can do, or, well, we know what they're playing. To limit their stuff here, their options of doing that, I'm just gonna throw down Shariah and we'll call it good. So if they play Gecko, they only have 2 cards here. And we know they have Rebecca here, so I don't want them hitting the chain. And then this way too, if they can't get rid of Shariah, I mean, we have 2 Kamazos, so I can still block out with a decent amount of stuff. And next one I'm gonna have 8, so we can do a lot. I also can drop Queen. We have another Shariah, so we'll see how it goes. A lot of options. Just kind of depends on if they're able to remove stuff here. It's kind of the big thing. So they're attacking me. All right, we'll just block out of that. All right, we'll play Gecko. I know for 8. Do it. There's like I don't know. I feel like they should have taken Rebecca for. So they do this, but they're only -3. And so, I mean, I guess they're playing Sabo. Okay. Well, if we get a Max or Gordon, this man is gone. And we're chilling. But regardless, I'm going to absolutely, like, pop off here. Because we have this. I can bring in Queen if we need to. Which I might just drop Queen, because then we get the double back. And we'll, depending on what we draw, I think that's a better play. But we'll see. I don't know. They have 3. I don't know what they could play. So they have another Hina maybe. They could then get rid of one of these 2. But we'll see. Again, their trash is limited, so we kind of got that going for us. They got Rebecca here. Okay. So, alright, they trashed 1. So does that mean they have another? To play 1/4 cost and 1/2 from their trash. They only have this, so this is what I'm kind of going off him. And they get rid of Gadatsu as well. Alright. That's fine. Still at 3. And then... yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they can do. I know they have Rebecca. So if they have another one... oh. Mouse is being weird. I guess I could do that and that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what... alright, they're not attacking. Interesting. Okay, so I'm at 8. Okay, well, let's just lead off 7 on 5 and see what happens here. Okay. So they do that, which is fine. Let me drop this, use a card action, return 1. If we draw 2 more... guess we get rid of Beppo. We'll do that. Gives us 3. I could drop a Shiraya. And then still bring in a Bon Clay. There's a lot of options here. Alright, let me attack them. 6 and 5. So I might attack with both kids, and then we drop a Shiraya, bring in Bon Clay, and then do that. And then I'll have Queen, Shiraya. Well, I don't know. We have so many blockers, though. Okay, this is kind of tough to figure out. I feel like it's a good problem to have, though. And, alright, so they take the life there. But I also feel like maybe I don't need... because we could just bring in Bon Clay regardless here over Ray. Because I have 2. Alright, well, yeah, let's do that instead. I don't want to muddy up the field too much. Okay. Well, if they're doing this, then we gotta go for that. I'll bring in Bon Clay, pop, and then we'll attack with the kid. 8 on 6. Because we know they have Rebecca, but I don't know what they have 3 for. Like, what counter are they running that has 3? So this is the second time they've done that. So my card knowledge is not up to par enough to be able to figure that out. So they sack. Okay, interesting. Alright, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Bon Clay over Ray gives us 2 here. Attack him 8 on 6. And either get them to spend whatever this is for or more cards in hand, or they gotta lose Sabo. And we'll just go from there. It's if they're not able to cost remove, because again we have Queen Shiraya. Alright, so we get rid of those. So yeah, if they can't cost remove, then we're chilling. And based on the stuff too, if they have another one, they only have Rebecca and the soldier they could bring in out of the trash. So, and if they play Rebecca, we're chilling because we can just scoop Rebecca out like immediately. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And I have Shiraya, so I can literally protect the entire board here. Really don't need to bring anyone else in for next turn because I'm going to be at 9 Dawn. So I think we're just going to be raining hell upon them. Just insane attacks. It's also too, depending on what we draw and stuff, will be big chillin'. Okay, they play reject. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what they're going for here. So they drop a Hina. So -4. Okay. They only have 3 left. And we still have Shiraya. And Queen. And I have we got the big old hand here. They went with the their reject play. I mean, I don't know what they could possibly have to be able to pull this off. Okay, Amaru. They only have one. I still have Shariah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we played that, so there was nothing they could do. And I don't know. They got an interesting build going on here. Wow, they saw all 4 of their Gadatsu. That sucks. I feel like, I don't know, Gadatsu is not, I don't know, that good in a removal deck. Just because you're planning to remove stuff and then attack, but the wall of absolute defense, just absolutely stuffing them. Nothing they could do. And again, just with so many blockers, you're able to just pick and choose like what to attack with, what to not to attack with, and I don't know, it's pretty fun. It's a little again slower, but just being able to like get your opponent into like certain traps and stuff is pretty cool. Alrighty, so we got some Hannyabal action here. This is the Impel down. Basically, their plan is to use Sadie pretty much and hit the chains. So we'll attack them 5 on 5. Then I'll drop Shariah because we have a 3-cost play here. So deploy that. And we got the boys here as well. So next turn we have some things to go on. And depending on the card in hand, I may make the play. So we know they have... Alright, so we know they have Sadie to drop there. So we'll take one. And then we'll drop Sadie into something. And then they'll return Sadie back. Alright, so we saw that coming. What is this? A blocker? Alrighty, so how do I want to go about this? So what cards? They have 7 in hand. I think we got to. Use card action. Bang. We got rid of Kid and Domino. So another blocker there. It leaves us with 1. Alright. Attack them. 6 on 5. And then we'll bring in the boys. Okay, so they sack that, which is fine. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now we're back to, depending on what we get next turn, got some options here. Any high leader attack, I can make the play to block out with as well, because we can get some more cards next turn. So, yeah. Things you love to see. Getting the wall blockers and getting to play Law's ability. Big fan of being able to do that. So, see what they can do for 8. We know they have Sadie, so that's 3. So, they could do that, and then they have 5. So, not exactly sure what else they got. Obviously, I think the plan was to drop they would have drop Kid and try to ramp up. But even if they did that, ramp up the leader attack, I have Shariah out, so we can kind of counter that. The only problem is I don't have any removal. So, besides Kit or Law here, so we got some options to go into depending on what they play, but they're doing that, so I'm going to just do this and that. So block that out. Now Shariah sitting at 7k, so they do this and this. They have Banish. Okay, I mean, not ideal to have Banish guy. Okay, we got this again. Okay, so we can do a bunch of things here. So I could drop this for 4 to get this down, and that leaves us with 1. Alright, so let me lead off 6 and 5. They have 4 up, so I don't know what kind of counter they got in hand. They got something wild and wacky. So, the trash. Alright, interesting. Would have not expected that. Alright, I'll attack him 5 on 5. And I'm going to drop this to get rid of this. And then we're kind of looking fine. Alright, so they take 1 there. Let me attack with our blocker Law then. Some more pressure here to either get them, keep the card hand manageable. So they do that. Alright, so now I will drop this onto them. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. We'll bring in the boys yet again. And alright. So I have Shiraya to, unless I can get rid of Shiraya to protect board. So, alright, if they're just attacking 5 and 5, that's fine. We'll just do that and get rid of Beppo. This next turn, alright, they're playing Kaido. Alright, well, they better hope they just drew some crazy cards here. I'm not gonna lie. As I still have 3 life, they can pretty much do whatever. Alright, let's just launch some 7s. Is there draw 4 cards with Kaido? Again, I have leader locked with Shiraya. And we kind of go from there. I'll just do a bunch of 7s here. If I want to... Nah. As well, we'll just save Ray for... I mean, I guess we could. Alright, well, that's kind of big that they don't have anything for that. Because I'm at 6, I'd go down to 3. So attack him there. 5 on 5. Okay, so I went down to 3, leave me 5, or do that. Alright, we'll just call it good there then. So Kaido attacks whoever, it's fine. Leader, depending on what they do, I'll block it with somebody. They have 10. So 5 on 5. No, I'll just do... I guess this for now. Unless I have another Kaido, I guess. So, alright, that's fine. They have 10. Alright, Mino Chihuahua. No. Just block that. Do they have another one, I guess? For 4? I'm not sure what they got cooked up here. But based on cards in hand as well, I can just kind of go wild and wacky with it. Okay, a blocker and a blocker. At least one with 2. They have another one. I can scoop 1 for sure here. Alright, we got Bon Clay. So there's 4. Or I just attack. Alright, let's attack for... We'll attack for 2 7s, and then we'll kind of go from there. Because I can scoop one of them out. So, yeah, we'll do 7. If they sack one of these... Okay, so that's fine with that. Alright, then let's just use Law's ability. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. Bring in Ray. Get 2 more cards. Alright, we get 2 Gordons. This guy's at 12. I could drop him to 6. I wonder. No, at the very least, I'll get rid of this. We don't need to worry about Kaido, really. So attack them 7 on 5. See what they can do. Alright. Played, Oh, yeah, so they got 1. That's fine. But they still gotta get rid of something else here. So I got them to 7. Okay, they didn't... Did they not have anything else? Oh. I guess they would have played this. And yeah, they were bricked up. Yeah, they did have another Kaido. So, figured that out. Magellan. Because yeah, they would have had to use this. And then they would have had nothing. Then literally any other attack gets him. So, I mean, interesting build. I haven't played, see what they got going on with the Kaido thing. But, again, just Shiraya, Law, just getting the blockers up. You're just able to play just insane defense. Again, blocking anything the leader does. It doesn't matter how Like Shariah, if they do not have a way to remove Shariah, being able to just block anything their leader does, no matter how many down they put on their leader, is so sick and very satisfying. But yeah, quick little demonstration, sort of jumping into the defensive blocker build with Law, which is I'm liking a lot so far as well. I don't know, it's pretty fun to mess around with. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.